I have served in religious life for nearly 4 decades now, 37 years to be exact. Enough time to understand that while we often long for God in silence, sometimes He or something shaped by Him makes itself heard. This happened when I was music director at St. Agnes Cloister in Indiana. We were a small Benedictine community, still practicing the divine office in Latin. That year, we were preparing for a solemn high mass on the feast of Corpus Christi. We had decided to revive an older setting of Pangalingua Gloriosi, a hymn St. Thomas Aquinas himself composed. It was challenging but beautiful, layered in chant, harmony, and reverence. Music that carries doctrine in every note. Our choir consisted of 9 sisters, balanced voices, all trained. We practiced daily in the chapter room, which had excellent acoustics and none of the modern hums or electronic interference you find in newer buildings. Just stone walls, wooden pews, and echoes that linger longer than you'd expect. The first time we noticed it, we were on the 2nd verse. Nobis status, nobis natus, ex intacta virgine. I remember it clearly because I was conducting and Sister Martina stopped singing mid-phrase. I gave her a small nod to continue, thinking maybe she'd lost her note. After rehearsal, she approached me privately. "Did someone come in behind us?" she asked. "No," I said. "Why?" She looked unsettled but chose her words carefully. "I heard a voice, male, tenor range, singing in harmony, perfect Latin, perfect pitch." I nodded, but I hadn't heard anything unusual, or maybe I dismissed it as part of the echo. The next day we ran through the full hymn again, this time recording it on a small handheld recorder. We often did this to refine pitch and phrasing, nothing fancy, just something we'd play back afterward. That evening while reviewing the audio in the sacristy office, we heard it, at 1 minute, 24 seconds into the recording, just as we began verbum caro panem verum, a 10th voice entered. Clearly, smoothly, in counterpoint, not overpowering but unmistakable. It wasn't one of us, we confirmed. No one had left or entered the room, and no one among us could sing in that exact tone, masculine, resonant, well-trained, liturgically correct. We played it again, and again, always at the same moment, always only on the recording. There was no mockery in the voice, no distortion, no dissonance. It sounded reverent, intentional, as if it belonged in the harmony and had simply been missing for a long time. We brought it to our chaplain, Father Jonah, a Vincentian priest in his 60s, deeply rooted in liturgical theology and not given to superstition. He listened twice without comment, then asked a single question. "Did you ever use the chapter room for final professions?" "We had," he nodded. "There's a history in this building. One of the brothers who used to assist here, Brother Matthias, trained in Rome, brilliant tenor, devoted to sacred music, died unexpectedly in 1963. Massive stroke during adoration. He loved Pange Lingua. Used to sing it while polishing the brass candle holders. Said it was the hymn that made him believe in real presence." We fell silent. No one spoke of exorcism, no one talked of hauntings. We simply accepted. Father Jonah gave us clear guidance. "If this is from God, you'll know by the fruit. Does it lead you to prayer, to peace, or to fear and confusion?" It led us to deeper prayer. That year, during the Mass, we sang Pange Lingua with more awareness than ever. And while I can't say for sure if the voice returned, I can say the harmony felt whole in a way it hadn't before. Full. Complete. And when the Eucharist was raised, I saw a few tears among the choir. Not from fear, but from reverence. We never shared the recording outside the cloister. It wasn't meant for public fascination. That voice wasn't ours to explain. It was simply part of the hymn that day. A harmony restored, perhaps just once, perhaps for good. We still rehearse, still sing, still listen carefully. But now when I hear the 10th voice in my memory, I let it be. Some prayers are sung alone, others are joined by those unseen, not for attention, but for adoration. Amen.